Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told, out of Voice Radio. So today, it's time to look at another one of these cards coming out in Dark Order. Though do remember, it is going to be coming out in our February set. These cards will not be in Lost Thunder. Yes, Lost Thunder isn't out yet. We've already gone a little bit further than that. It's Skarmory, a card which, quite frankly, could be a little bit of fun. So Skarmory then, it's a metal Pokemon. Metal Pokemon is good right now. It means you're hitting weakness against fairy Pokemon, and with Gardevoir still being good, Sylveon having just won the first big regional of the season in Europe. We had over 500 people. It was, I think, the biggest regional ever in Europe, and it was won by Sylveon Mill. And Alolan Ninetales GX, the new fairy one, really making a huge impact on the Japanese meta. I think it's fair to say that hitting fairy weakness, or I should say weakness on fairy Pokemon, is a very, very good thing right now. So go Skarmory, go Skarmory, go, go, go Skarmory, go. The retreat cost of 1 is very nice, just because it happens to be low, to be perfectly honest with you. And we've always got access to Escape Board here. And the weakness to lightning, this was one of those that was really good, but we're seeing all kinds of things like Thunder Mountain and Zera Aura, and I mean, look, I've done a lot of videos about lightning Pokemon lately, and especially with Electro Power, meaning that they do an extra 30 damage with their attack. Any Pokemon that can do a base 30, see recent videos on stuff like Ampharos or Galvantula, means that with a single Electro Power, they will be able to get a KO. So whereas weakness to lightning was once very good, I think it's looking rather likely that in the near future we're going to see a lot of lightning decks being played, and this will in fact become a rather sad weakness to have. Resistance to fighting, on the other hand, it doesn't look like Buzzwole's going anywhere. It looks like Buzzwole is staying around and Buzzwole is remaining good, and that's not particularly good for you, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, wait, it totally is if you're playing Skarmory, because you've got resistance to fighting in your Buzzwole face. That's quite nice. And 110 HP, I mean, look, it's a basic non-GX Pokemon. It's right up there with stuff like Tapu Koko. It's nice. 110 HP for a basic non-GX Pokemon. Sure, you'd rather be Registeel and have 130, but that's just a little bit unrealistic. No, ladies and gentlemen, this seems absolutely fine by me. But it is the attacks we need to worry about most of all, and it is the first attack which excites me most of all. 1 metal, 1 colorless energy, 20 damage. If you've already used your GX attack, this attack does 70 more damage. So you're doing 90 damage for a metal and a colorless energy. I adore this attack. I think this is a brilliant attack. I think this is an absolutely wonderful attack for one simple reason: counter energy. You see, the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, Counter Energy exists as one of these cards with potential. If you're behind on prizes, it is any energy when attached to a non-EX, non-GX Pokemon. And when I say any energy, I'm slow rolling you a little bit. It's any 2 energy when attached to a non-EX, non-GX Pokemon. This, quite frankly, is redonk. But really, if we're using this, what we want is a whole bunch of Pokemon to be able to hit for any weakness we want. And we're very easy. But there are 2 super specific requirements that we need to have. Number 1, we've got to have an energy cost of 2 or less. Or else it's counter energy plus something else and it just ain't going to work. Number 2, we ideally want basic Pokemon just to make them more techable. So if we look at Fire, for instance, we've got Victini Prism Star, which is crazy good. It puts all your basic energy back into the deck, and does 20 damage for each one you put back in. But we've also got the new Victini, which is going to be coming out in Lost Thunder, that does 20 damage for each of your basic Pokemon in play, and then also gives you another reason why you really want to be using basic Pokemon. For grass, we could use, I don't know, something like Shaman, which does decent damage if you had a Pokemon KO'd the previous turn. For water, we can use Keldeo, also the one from Shining Legends, which does extra damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon, and so on and so forth. The thing is, when the rotation hit, we lost two really good counter-energy Pokemon. We lost Sudowoodo, the one from Breakpoint, which was your standard fighting one, and I think we've got a decent replacement in Lycanroc, except Lycanroc is a stage 1, and that makes me really sad, because we really want a basic Pokemon. But it punishes your opponent for having a large bench, it's alright. But the other one we lost was Cobalion. And we've not had a replacement for Cobalion. Cobalion, I adore the non-GX Cobalion. It was the one from Steam Siege. And for 2 Metal Energy, it did 30 damage plus 30 more for each prize card your opponent has taken. So if you were hitting for weakness, this built up really quickly. And if you weren't, then even when your opponent has taken like 5 prizes, you're up to 180. Or if they've taken 4 prizes and you had a choice band, you're up to 180. Point being, this was really good. And then it went away. And I think Skarmory fills the gap here. 90 damage for 2 energy. Look, it's not going to hit GXs if you're not hitting for weakness. And to be honest, it's not going to hit many non-GXs. Okay. But the thing is, if you're hitting for weakness, you need a choice band, but then you're golden. And the thing is, right, all the 3 that I've mentioned, the 3 really relevant ones, Gardevoir, Alolan, Ninetales, Sylveon, they've all got more than 180 HP. You are going to need a choice band. But then you're hitting for 240, you're getting KOs on all of them, and you're fine. Now, you do need to have used your GX attack this game. So, what you could do here is just play a nice basic Pokemon with a decent single energy GX attack, just in case. You don't need to play it, but if you find yourself against a Gardevoir deck, you go, oh, hang on a second, and off you go. Now, there's a million different ones you could use here, but you could, for instance, play Drampa. Drampa gives you a new hand of 10 cards, great for early game draw power, and then of course you'll have used it nice and early. Or you could use Rayquaza, which is very similar in terms of early game draw power, although Rayquaza and Drampa do have slightly awkward attack costs, which I'm not a huge fan of. And Rayquaza is grass energy, so I think generally you'd probably be better off with Drampa. But I also like Zeraora here. Zeraora gives free retreat to all of your Pokemon with lightning energy attached, and if you're behind on prizes and have a counter energy, that's your Pokemon. And the GX attack attaches 5 basic energy from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like. So there is a cool little counter energy combo here, where you bench the new Shuckle, the ability lets you search your deck for free basic energy and discard them. Then you use Zeraora to attach at least 3, and then you could put like 1 fire on a Victini, 1 metal on a Skarmory, so you weren't 100% reliant on counter energy. And then you've used your GX attack, so Skarmory's ready to go. I'm not saying we're there with a counter energy deck yet, although I think stuff like Shuckle and Zeraora and all the rest make it much better, and certainly we'll do a video on this properly later. But my point is, if you're making a counter energy deck, I think Skarmory's the way to go. It's the replacement, at least for counter energy, we've been waiting for Cobalion. Second attack though, not really a fan. 2 metal, 1 colorless, 90 damage. During your opponent's next turn, any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 30. And look, 90's fine because that's the damage we need with a choice band to KO all these things like Gardevoir. And the damage being reduced by 30 is nice. It means you will be able to survive a hit from something like Baby Buzzwole or Zoroark. But the reality is it's for free energy. We love this either for counter energy or for 2 energy if you can use something like Zero Aura to accelerate. And seriously, the Shuckle Zero Aura combo seems way too good with Skarmory, especially considering you're going to be playing multiple different kinds of energy, and you need to be relying on having a GX attack used early. So it's fun, but honestly, ladies and gentlemen, you can't use this second attack. It's too expensive. I'm giving Skarmory between 3 and 4 Wassies. We don't give half Wassies. That would be barbaric. I'm all in favour of it as a counter energy Pokemon. If you're not using counter energy, don't like it. If you're trying to use a second attack, don't like it. But for what it is, I think it's exactly what we were looking for. So tell me if you're going to be playing this. Tell me if you think a counter energy deck might work. Tell me things. Go nuts in the comments section, ladies and gentlemen, but do please remember to be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.